Timeout with Praise. My name is Praise Shagai, your amazing and beautiful host with the sauce, vibe, ginger, and everything. So, welcome to episode 2 of season 2. Yes, I'm back again with another episode. And you know how we roll. We always drop it to you. Like, we give it to you hot. Yeah, ginger. So, as you can see, we have an amazing guest on the show today. His name is Kelvin Audu. And I call him Sheyi. His name is Sheyi. Yes, and before I dive into the topic and all, I just want to tell you a few things about Kelvin. Kelvin is one of my most trustworthy friends.
Oh my God.
Is that friend that
tissue, please?
Is that friend that you can always count on? Let me say, Kelvin says he's going to do this thing. Just put your mind, he's going to do it. I remember one time that I can never forget when I just finished university and we were having my departmental dinner. He's actually multi-talented. He does makeup, he can cook. I'm still thinking about the thing.
Normally, if you're found material.
You know now. I'm still trying to figure out what Kelvin cannot do. And then I just called him. I was like, Kelvin, I have a dinner. I need to do my hair, makeup. And he's like, don't worry, it's settled.
Your one-stop shop.
You know it. He made me up. He did my hair for me. And then he took me, dropped me at the dinner, took photos of me before I went in. Like,
that's true.
When people saw me, they were like, who did your makeup? And I'm like, you can trust Kelvin, nobody else. Some of them are like, he can do it. I say, yes, he does it. They're like, what can't he do? Like, what can't he do? So everybody, I present to you Kelvin Demigod.
Drum roll. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for agreeing.
You.
Thank you for agreeing to record this episode with me.
Of course.
So
absolutely.
now,
thank you for having me.
Yes, you're welcome there. So the topic for today is drum rolls. Drum rolls. Give it to them. The topic for today is leaving home to face the world. Leaving home to face the world.
That's like our story, you know.
Yes. You know, like Kelvin now, when you say somebody left home to face the world, like when Kelvin told me, you just said, oh, Praise, I'm moving to Lagos. And I was like, you're moving to Lagos? What? Because I remember when we were in Makurdi, Kelvin was always between Makurdi and Abuja. So I was expecting that even if Kelvin was going to relocate, it should be Abuja, because that's like about 4 hours or 5 hours
4 hours
to the house. So that one you can easily quickly run back and say, I've come back to I've come back to eat dinner. But then he says Lagos, and I'm like, I've always known that Kelvin is a superstar. He knows I'm always telling him my superstar.
God.
So I know that Kelvin is not like his VIP material. So when he said it, I was like, okay, that's a great idea. Around that time too, I moved to Lagos. But then my mom,
your family has been here in Lagos. So.
My mom stays in Lagos, between Lagos and Ibadan. My sister relocated to Lagos too. So it was very easy to me because I had a landing spot. Like I was just like, okay, just come to your Lagos house and sit down and be eating whatever happens. But then Kelvin says he's moving to Lagos. I'm like, oh, okay, that's a good one. And then I just looked, okay, Kelvin, what gave you that idea that you should move to Lagos? Like, what happened? When did you decide? Like, when did you make the decision that it's time to move? Like, leaving home?
Yes. So, you know, the funny thing is, it was never really planned. I always had the idea to move, but you know how when you want to make that bold step, but you cannot just find yourself doing it. Right. But then I think something came up. Somebody said, oh, there's this job and they want you to manage this beauty space and all that. I'm like, okay. I'll just try. I mean, I was looking for an excuse to leave, so I'm like, okay, let me just come. And trust me, I did not do that job. I think it was a sham. But I think it was just God that
I just brought like
give me that opportunity.
to
These guys,
leave.
exactly.
Yeah.
So when I moved to Lagos, I had no clue what I was doing.
Can you people hear?
I
No
am telling, I
clue.
had no
Some people are
idea.
waiting till it's perfect. They're waiting for that perfect.
Darling,
moment.
it's not even perfect yet, but we're on the journey.
Yeah.
I mean, and also looking back, we know that we are not where we used to be exactly.
Yeah.
So that's a great thing.
Yeah. I know moving is not easy because I remember when I had to leave Ibadan to go and school in Makurdi. It felt like when I got there, I did not know anybody. It felt like they just took me and threw me into one bowl, and I was just there like, oh Lord, how am I going to do this alone? And then when you're in school, you know that don't worry, school will end.
I'm telling you, last it will end and you will go back.
Yes,
exactly.
But then knowing that, this new place I am now, I've decided I want to stay here. Like, what were the challenges that came your way, and like, what were the things that happened? Like, some you'll be prepared for it. That okay, I know at first I will miss home. Mm-hmm. Some of those challenges were things that you were expecting to happen, but then there were things that you were not expecting. Can you just, in case somebody else is planning to, so that the person knows that these are the things that we jam you?
Yes, so my dear, there are sometimes that you feel like, who sent you? Who sent you on this journey? I think you understand. So I'm like, oh my God, I have a house. I was very comfortable. Why would I come here and be suffering? Do you understand? So I mean, accommodation was an issue, definitely.
Lagos.
Money at first, because I mean, there was no network, there was no connection. I didn't know people exactly, family, nobody. So I mean, that was the challenge. I mean, I had things to do. I had handwork, plenty. You know me, I'm very industrious and all that. But to serve, I didn't get the opportunity to serve. So I mean, where will I start from? God. I mean, it was a lot. I can't even go into details, but you know that it was a lot. No, it was a lot. Trust me.
So were there days that you're like, man, tomorrow I'm going back home?
So I want, but I'm like, how can I go back?
Yes.
When you said goodbye to your family, you said goodbye in church, said goodbye everywhere, and they've sent you forth. So the next day you're back doing what? So I'm like, no matter what, if not hunger they worry me, I go stay here. I just said to myself that what, I cannot be hungry. I have things I need to do. Mm-hmm. I need to be seen. But why would I be hungry? That was just what kept me going, to be honest. No motivation that I was speaking and all that. But really, I'm like, no, I can't be suffering now. No, to just take a while. And actually it did take a while. Yes,
it did take a while. And that's it, you have to be patient.
Patience is a virtue.
Yes, it is.
You see patience, and my sisters, they were like, go back home, because they are not in Makurdi, they are in Abuja. Mm-hmm. So go back home. When I say, I'm struggling and all this, say, go back, please go home. There's food at home. There's this. Why are you suffering? Just reminds me of the prodigal son. I said, no problem.
Come back home to say, please, I'm sorry, everybody.
Exactly. And I was so independent. I didn't want to
go back and
go back or call somebody and say, please help me, send me money. No. I just struggled, to survive.
And every other time when I see you somewhere on a screen, and I'm like, that's my friend!
We are getting there.
Yes. And
we're getting there.
That's my friend. People think that everything is just easy.
I'm telling you.
And I always like to tell people that it's beyond Instagram.
I am telling you, because on Instagram, people post what they want you to see.
Yes, and then
the days I was crying, I did not post. When I was hungry, I did not
post. Did I post it? Please, I'm not eating today.
I'm telling you.
There was one time that somebody was like, Kelvin is doing really well, and yes, he is. Like, I'm so happy for him.
Yeah.
And then again, because I know how close we were, then I'll call and message you that, Kelvin, this is what I'm trying to do, and both of us will be talking about our struggles.
Exactly.
And I'll just be like, see this world, if you want to judge people based on the photos you see online,
course. You go enter
inside will be wrong. Because it is the day that somebody wear fine clothes that they will post.
Exactly.
The day they do not wear fine clothes, they won't post.
Exactly. That's correct.
And then you think, that means they're always like this. That means life is so perfect.
True.
So life outside, moving from home and trying to be on your own isn't as easy as it looks. Because I know that even though I would say I was with family moving to Lagos, or I am still with family moving to Lagos, there are still those challenges that you have to face on your own. When I left home, my dad was just like, oh, bye. And because immediately I left the house, I got an internship. Yeah. So my dad was just like looking, felt like, that means you have money. And in my mind, I'm like,
and then automatically you just become on your own.
And yeah, in my mind, I'm like, I wish Daddy can even be sending me something.
You understand?
Like, even if it's just something, like, just send me something.
Oh, yes, just have this.
I remember, like, after, like, 6 months or so that I moved out from the, I left Ibadan, I was in Lagos. And then I met my dad, I was like, Daddy, I need money for it. If you see the way he looked at me, as the way he was looking at me like, are you telling me you don't have money for it? In my mind, I'm like, I don't have money.
Multi-billionaire. I think they see us as billionaires.
Yes, because I was just like, he was looking at me with so much shock that I asked for money for my hair, and I'm like, at that time I was just interning, I just started serving. Exactly. And I'm like, so, like, where do you expect me to? It was just like, he expected so much more, like, it was.
And you see, that expectation, I think, is what pushes us to go beyond
and try to do more.
I'm telling you.
He ended up giving me the money. He gave me the money for the hair. But it was just a message to me. I haven't asked my daddy for money for me since then.
That's right.
Because after then, I knew the way he looked and the response he gave me was like, girl,
you should be on your own by now.
Like, you get your money to do your hair.
Exactly.
If my daddy gives me money now, no matter how little, I'm so grateful. Exactly. I went home some weeks back and my daddy he got data for me. He was like, oh, you don't have internet? I was like, no, I don't. And he got that. You see, I was grateful for that internet.
They buy data for person now.
And you see, I was grateful for it. Like, I was so grateful for it. And then it just makes me realize that there are stages you are in life that they don't need to tell you.
Exactly.
You know, like, it's time to move. You know, it's time to do your own things. You know that, like you said, there's that expectation of you.
True.
So what are the good things that have happened since you moved from home? So that if there's somebody that just needs that person to ginger them and motivate them that you can leave. Because I found out that there are some people that no matter how hard you try to tell them that, leave this place, you can't, they just, okay, I'll try. But then maybe there's something that if they are watching this podcast or listening to this podcast, if there is something you would say that will make somebody say, because he did it and it worked for him, then I should make that move too.
So first of all, I would say not being comfortable in your comfort zone. Number one, you don't have to be comfortable sitting in your comfort zone. I mean, you just be moving around and around in circles.
Yeah.
I just wanted more, I was very comfortable, trust me. Everything I wanted. I was driving, I had the house, I was living in, I had food and everything, But that's not just all about life. Right, so I wanted to struggle. More. I actually wanted to struggle on my own. So you have to expect that there's going to be struggles. First of all, it's not going to be rosy. Yeah. So first of all, you just want to think that you're leaving your comfort zone and then going out there to struggle. You must struggle. It's part of it.
No matter
to
how,
be honest.
No matter how sugar coated
it is. You must struggle before you stand. Definitely. So that's what I did, and I knew that. And first of all, you have to have something to offer. You have to. You cannot just say you are leaving your comfort zone to go to Lagos, because it's not everybody in Lagos that have made it. It's not everybody in Lagos that have made it, but people outside want to come to Lagos, and I think that once you're in Lagos, you just make it. Do you get?
You just
there are still people in this Lagos where still they beg. Do you understand? So, but always have something that you have to offer, and then the world will welcome you. Trust me.
But you have still not said one thing. Some of your achievements since you came.
Oh my dear.
So that somebody that is listening will say, it was when you came here, this happened. So that you know that there was actually a shift.
Oh, there was
actually a shift.
Great shift in my business, my finance, because what is to be I mean, what is to be 10K now? It's like maybe 100K is like 10K.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So I mean, and in Lagos, a lot happens. So I've worked with a lot of celebrities that I used to see on TV alone. Oh my God, Davido, Tiwa Savage.
Are you
so
hearing
in
him?
terms of music,
Can you listen? When I'm telling you he's a superstar, I'm not joking, no.
I mean, on a normal
I'm not
day,
joking, no. I'm not joking.
let me sell my market.
Sell it.
So I mean,
Sell it,
that's
brother.
amazing. I can't even count. Oh my God, it's a lot. If I want to count,
I know. I see you doing makeup for Mercy Johnson.
To makeup, I have Mercy Johnson. I have all of them, the Big Brother stars, the Nollywood stars, all of them. And the funny thing is, I do not go to these people. So my work speaks for me.
Yes.
To be honest, you know how. I don't even take my social media seriously. I don't take my online promotion seriously.
That Kelvin, you didn't upload that video.
I don't upload, but I work a lot. So it's not just about social media, like you said. I do a lot of work. Right now, you see, as my back there outside, they wait me. For me, I'm going for a job. So I think my work speaks for me. You know, so it's just able to connect from one person to another, and then to another.
And I know that if you were in a particular, let's say, if you never left home, most of this opportunity wouldn't have come to meet you where you were.
No.
You had to go for it. You had to go and meet it. Like now, it's easy for somebody to say, oh, I have this job for you. Within 30 minutes, you can get there. But imagine if you were in Makadi and then somebody says, I have this job for you, I need to be here tomorrow. It's not possible.
It's not possible. I mean, let me say that right from time when I was in school, all the opportunities I had, to be on TV, to be on reality shows.
Yes, so before before he goes in, he was on The Voice and he had 4 tons. 4 tons. He had 4 tons, like they all turned for him. So when I'm saying superstar, I know what I am saying. He had 4 tons on The Voice. Then go on.
And I literally had to always leave Makurdi to maybe Abuja to go for auditions, because these people really never came to Makurdi for auditions. Yes. So if I was waiting for them, I would have not see them. Yeah. So I had to go out, and audition. And then from there, I think, it was in South Africa. First time I traveled out of Nigeria. I mean, So you always have to go out for opportunities. Exactly.
Don't think that because I have a great voice, one day they will find me. You will wait forever.
You will wait. Honestly, I'm telling you.
You will wait forever. And before I forget, he cooks like very well. Tell me my fried rice.
I owe you. And stir-fried pasta.
Yes,
that's true.
So you have to have the talent. You have to have something to give. You cannot just be there waiting. If he was still waiting at home and saying, because my voice is too magical, he won't be on stage with Davido, he won't be on stage with Tiwa Savage, he won't be on stage with Timi Dakolo and the likes of them. He would have just been there waiting. See, every other day people keep tagging me that, is this not Kelvin? Everybody, because people know that I'm always posting Kelvin, so they always tag me, is this not Kelvin? When they see a video, is this not Kelvin? And I'm, it's the one. You know that. So you need to know that if you stay in your comfort zone, you can be there forever, no matter how talented or great you think you are, until you move out and say, I want more, I deserve this. Then, like I always say that, when you want something, the universe works in your favor. When you want something and you go out for it, everything works in your favor. Earth, land, water, everything works in your favor to get you that thing. But if you sit down and you're waiting that, I'm too good. If they let them not come, they will lose out. Hey, you're the one that will lose out. You lose out on that opportunity because people are not going to come and be looking for you inside Rat. You have to present yourself. Yes, matters. Right positioning matters. Because if you just stay there and you're thinking, I'm good, it's good. No, it's not going to come. I saw this the Loud video. Anytime it's a singing group, you can check them out. Yeah, you can check them out on Instagram. And And when I saw the video, any of the video, I'm going to say, that's Kelvin.
You always see me, the tallest.
Yes, I'm always thinking, once I just say, that's Kelvin. So you have to go out and get what you want.
True.
So I want to ask, what are the challenges that you think that would not easily fade? You know, there are some things like that may fade quickly when you move forward. What are those challenges that you think that it might take a while, that it might be there for a while, so you just need to pray and hope on God so till you're out of that season? Because like now you say, accommodation was a problem. I know that is out of the way now. So
thank God.
Yes. So what are those things that people might not see but might be there for a while that you think that people should actually be just know that this will happen and then you move? Because I know people will watch it to learn.
Yes. So the thing is, I think unsatisfaction and ungratefulness. Yes, because I mean, after one step, you're always looking for the next step. So when you achieve something, I did this, I won this award, and then there's so much pressure. So I think that you're just being afraid of losing. Just
you don't want to go back down.
Exactly.
You want to
that
keep going up.
Exactly. I think that you should just keep that out of your mind. Be grateful, be satisfied, and that's why most people ask you, okay, now that you have won this award, what do you have next? I don't know what I have next. It's in the hands of God. Do you understand?
I know,
so
right?
I think the pressure is too much, and that's a challenge. So most people go into depression because they're like, I hope these people say of me, or after this, what next? What next? That's a serious issue. So I think we should be satisfied and grateful and look back and see where we're coming from and expect more and just be positive.
I like how you talked about satisfaction, because of late, I think that is one of the issues that's really been bothering the youth of this generation. Because then you see somebody who looks fulfilled and you are even wishing that you want to be like them. And then we wake up one morning and this person has committed suicide.
Let me tell you something quickly. Toke, this thing happened. She said she was all glammed up. She did her makeup. Toke Makemo did her makeup and everything. She was on the red carpet. She was dancing. She said she was singing this Whiskey song. She was dancing, and she said after then, in her mind, she was going to commit suicide. Yes. So just imagine you looking at Toke Makemo, all glam, glowing skin, with her cars and everything, and in her mind she was saying let her have fun. After that night, she was going to kill herself. So if you're looking at people and saying, this one, I wish, you don't know what they're going through. And this was recent, trust me. So exactly, just agreeing to what you said.
So that means that when you're satisfied with where you are, I'm not saying we should not want more.
Of course.
But be grateful for that season. Be grateful in that season of your life.
Exactly.
Because God has helped you get to that place.
True.
Wow. This has been a really enlightening episode. Like I myself have learned. I have learned, because it's very easy for us to start feeling I want more, I'm not getting what I want. But then when you are grateful in that season, it helps you to just be happy and satisfied. What's the last thing you want to tell people that might be listening, that last advice you want to give them? And also something that maybe people don't know about, something unique or special that you just want to say, guess what, do you know? Because I've almost said everything already.
I don't have. She has said it all.
I've said everything.
She has said
you
it all.
cook. I don't know. But you style. You style people.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I just said that one.
I think everybody knows, or maybe they don't know that.
You
I have small comedy.
Yeah,
so
very funny.
Maybe yes, I do.
And
but I don't think
I remember that
I
drawing.
do. Yes, that's how I channeled it into acting, into makeup artistry.
Yes.
So I'd like to just also, say the same thing. Be grateful, be satisfied. Don't allow anybody pressure you. Just always be patient, and you know yourself. Know what you have. Know your abilities. Know what you can do, and that's your strength. That's your power. Nobody can be like you. Number one, and then also do not be intimidated, because there are so many people that are intimidated by you. Even though you look clueless, you look like you don't know what they are doing. Somebody out there is like, how is this person doing it? But they don't even know. So if only you knew the power that you had, you'd be working with your head up high.
Yeah.
Trust me. So.
Thank you so much for that. Also, I would just like to talk about Kelvin. Kelvin is an amazing person. He is also a brand influencer for different brands.
Yes.
So please, if you have anything you want to influence
Bring your
on
products,
Instagram,
bring your money.
Yes. Thank you so much, Kelvin, for agreeing to record this episode
so much for having
with
me.
me. Because I know how busy you are, and this is the first time we are seeing this year.
You know.
I told Kelvin we both live in Lagos, but we see each other once every year. So now I'm praying. Now I'm praying that we'll see again this year before the year runs out.
Definitely.
Yes, thank you so much, Kelvin. So I'd like to talk about our Timeout with Praise merch. We have the bucket cap, the cap, we have the t-shirt, we have the hoodie. Purchase yours. Send a message to Instagram to get yours. And also on our social media handles, Instagram at Timeout with Praise, Twitter at Timeout with P, Facebook Timeout with Praise. And if you want to send a mail to us for sponsorship, adverts, and anything, because we are now on YouTube, so bring your adverts to us. Thank you so much for listening, guys. Thank you. I love you all. Bye.